Hey there guys, are you pressing or hovering? That is the question of the day. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about alt text, otherwise known as hover text for your web-ready images. My name is Beverly Reynolds and I am the owner and designer of H&T Design Media. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about four things to consider when it comes to the alt or hover text for your web imagery. Now at the very beginning I said, are you hovering or are you pressing? Are you using hover text on your graphics and images? Are you using WordPress to do so? You don't have to, but it's one of the options out there for you guys. So let's talk about these four things to consider. Number one, you want to make sure that when you have an image on your website, is it a static image? Is it a clickable image to where they launch off somewhere else? And if they're going to launch off to somewhere else, where is that going to take that person? Is it going to take them to a website that's going to open up in a new window? Or is the current window going to replace itself? Underscore self or underscore new. New jumps off to another window, self is within itself. So a lot of times when you use a site creation tool such as WordPress, when you add that image, it's going to say, do you want to add it so that it links off to self or links off to a new web page? That's kind of an explanation there for that. So now the second thing that you want to consider is the displayed text. So when you hover your mouse over an image, you see usually like a yellow box or some sort of colored box. That color could change, but some sort of box of text that talks and describes what that image is. That's for a couple reasons. A, they know what the image is. If they want to hover over it, they can read about that. They can also, if they have a slow browser, maybe the image waits maybe there's a wait time before that image comes in. They can know what they're missing out on by the alt text. Additionally, if they have a slow moving internet speed, a lot of the text will come in before the imagery. And sometimes you see like a little placeholder and you can see that text, you can see what really should be there. The third consideration is the URL itself. So make sure that if your graphic or your image is going to be clickable and launch off to something else or replace itself, that you have the correct URL. That sounds like a duh kind of moment, almost like a given, but it's easily overlooked. And the fourth consideration when it comes to the images of your web page would be, do you have hover text? Do you have that alternate text that is unique from the other images on your site? It's really, really easy to say, well, this image is going to come here and here and here because you're branding your site and you're like, okay, it's a logo, I'm just going to do it once, and then every time they click that same image on every single page, then it's going to have the same properties. But keep in mind that your SEO profiling or your web crawlers are really going to look at repeat imagery and repeat descriptions. So you want to make sure to limit that as much as possible. Make sure that everything has a unique naming to it. Whether it's a logo or whether it's a website name or whatever that is. Maybe it's just an image depicting the text. Make sure it's unique because that's really, really important when it comes to the ranking of your page. So let's do a little review. Number one, make sure that you have the direction of that image, if it's going to be a clickable image, set and correct. Is it opening in self, in other words, you're placing the current window, or is it opening in another window? The second thing is, what's going to be that displayed text? So if they hover over the image, what does it say to them? The third consideration is to make sure that you get the URL correct if it's a clickable image. And the fourth consideration for your images is that when you have images that go around your site, make sure if you've got 100 images on your site, you've got 100 different descriptions. Make sure that you are keeping your web crawlers in mind. You want to rank the highest because you want everybody to know that your business exists. How do you set yourself out from the millions upon millions of websites on the internet? So I hope that was helpful for you. If, as always, it is helpful to you, be sure to like this video, share it around to all your friends, and of course, subscribe and make today great.